So, not too long ago, chat, I covered a story for you guys involving a bit of a back and forth going on between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and it seemed like the loving relationship between those two lovebirds had come to an end. And I wanted to cover something that I had meant to cover for you as a follow up, and I just never got around to it. But I wanted to cover a couple of things that happened in the immediate aftermath of that, and then kind of show you where we are now with that sort of fallout between the two of them. But let's go ahead and let's get started with the immediate fallout of those tweets and what was it? Truth Social posts going back and forth, a lot of like threats and a lot of just petty feuding, to say the least. We have this here. This is a tweet that I tweeted out on June 6th. Trump out here literally pulling the "I'm not thinking about that girl, she crazy" card. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this and see what this is about.
Joining us now, someone who just got off the phone with the president. CNN chief political correspondent Dana Bash joins us now by phone. Dana, what did he tell you?
Good morning, John. Well, he said that he's, quote, well, here's exactly what he said, quote, "I'm not even thinking about Elon."
I'm not even thinking about Elon. And I do apologize. I understand the clip's a little quiet. It's just the way that their audio was when I captured this. So I do apologize for that. But I'm not even thinking about Elon. Chat, how many of us have had like a really bad breakup with someone? You know, maybe it's a girlfriend or a boyfriend or some other type of partner or whatever. You have a really bad breakup. And then like when your friends, your family reaches out to you, they're like, "Oh, are you okay? I just want to make sure you're okay." And like the instant response is, "Psh, I'm not even thinking about them." Like you're putting on this facade of like internally you're not okay, but you don't want other people around you to know you're not okay. So you put on this facade of, "Psh, I'm not even thinking about them. Psh, whatever. It's no big deal. It's whatever," right? It literally is that, right? Oof, they sound like a jilted. That's exactly my point, right? Exactly my point.
He's got a problem. The poor guy's got a problem.
He's got it. So this is what I mean when I say the whole, like, I'm not thinking about them, that girl crazy. That's his version of that, right? I'm not thinking about Elon. He's got a problem. He's got a very serious problem. Like, it's literally like they're going through the stages of grief that you go through when you have a bad breakup.
He said he won't be speaking to him for a while, but he said he wishes Elon Musk well.
Okay.
Joining us now.
So there's that. I just wanted to quickly show that one. And this one, to me, this is the funniest one. This is the funniest one to me. You know, I mentioned, you know, that previous comparison of like when you have a bad breakup with a partner and like there's the whole like I'm not even thinking about them, they're crazy sort of thing. Another thing that's really common with breakups is, you know, when you have a breakup with someone, there's often, you know, the case of, especially if you guys have kind of like slept over each other's houses and stuff like that, there's often times where, you know, the partner will leave something at your house. And like, there's that really awkward phase of like, do I return this possession to them? Do I not say anything at all? Should I just toss it out, or should I sell it or get rid of it? Maybe there's a gift that they gave you and you're just like, I don't want this shit anymore. I just want to get rid of it, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Well, it looks like Donald Trump had a similar experience with Elon here. I tweeted out Trump's selling the Tesla. How many of you guys remember, chat, when they had that sort of press event to promote Tesla on the White House lawn? And there was like that funny image that came out that looked like, you know, Elon was about to give some sloppy toppy to Donald Trump. Do you guys remember that? Let's go ahead and take a look at this right here.
And we have so much more to report about this just since we talked in the last hour. So when you walk to the...
Hold on, I think Twitter's video player is being AIDS. I hate Twitter's video player. I mean, everything about Twitter has been broken since Elon took over. But Twitter's video player specifically has gotten really fucking bad. But anyway, here we go.
More to report about this just since we talked in the last hour. So when you walk to the broadcasting tents here on the north side, you see West Executive Drive. That's the driveway between the White House and the old executive office building.
Okay.
There is a Tesla there that President Trump bought during a Tesla demo on the South Lawn a few months ago.
Is that the one that he was sitting in when it looked like Elon was about to give him that sloppy toppy 9000? Is that the Tesla they're talking about?
to try to help Elon Musk's business while it was being vandalized. We're told that that Tesla, still sitting there, the red Tesla with Florida tags, is either going to be given away or sold off. And we have so
He didn't want the Tesla anymore, chat. Donald Trump was like, "You want to fuck with me, Elon? You want to fuck with me, Elon? You want to claim that I'm on the Epstein flight logs? Well, fuck you. I'm going to get rid of the Tesla." He didn't want the Tesla anymore, chat. Like, holy, yeah, exactly. Oh no, I did it wrong. He doesn't want the Tesla anymore. He doesn't love Tesla no more. So I don't know. I thought that was really funny because it's literally like between these two clips and these two announcements from like the press, it really is like an instance of it seems like a couple having a breakup. But that didn't last forever. The fallout between the two of them didn't last because Elon has cucked out. And we're going to watch this segment from the DeFranco show from yesterday, I believe, that kind of summarizes it pretty well. So without further ado, here we go.
More on today's extra-large Philip DeFranco show, you daily dive into the news, starting with this. Elon Musk just threw himself at Donald Trump's feet, with him tweeting like a sad ex at 3 o'clock this morning, "I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went to..."
He cucked out, Chad. He came groveling back to Daddy Trump, begging on his knees for forgiveness. And then he deletes all the old tweets. They're all gone now. All the old tweets are gone. Now, granted, he deleted the tweets like a couple days before this went out. I want to say it was like 2 days after the whole fallout. He deleted all the tweets. But he didn't say anything. He just deleted all the tweets and kind of continued on business as usual. But he crawled back to Daddy Trump, and I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. I mean, that's kind of putting it lightly. I'll get into what I mean by that a little bit later in this segment, but saying they went too far is definitely putting it lightly.
Too far. And for those who may have forgotten, he signed on to the idea of Trump being impeached, and he also said, "You're in the..."
That was the biggest one to me. I know a lot of people got pretty like nutso about this one here, which don't get me wrong, it's a pretty insane tweet, but that was the biggest one for me. Him going as far as to say he was like advocating for Trump to be impeached. Like that to me was like, oh, this shit's real right here. This shit's real fucking real.
Epstein files, bro. That's why they haven't been released yet. You know, while it is a rare walkback for a guy who's known for quadrupling down on even the worst takes, it's also not really that surprising. In general, the whole blowup kind of showed where the base was regarding who they actually support between the two. Though obviously, a lot of their supporters want them to work together and be on the same page. But also because since
Strode says, "I smell cope." I mean, there's some serious coping and seething going on right here for sure. Why is Trump just Cartman from South Park? I mean, if you were to take Cartman and make him an adult and like put him in an IRL setting, like make an IRL Cartman, yeah, I could definitely see Donald Trump being that guy. Yeah, for sure. Elon literally pulled a Kendrick Lamar on Trump and walked it back. He was like, "They not like us. They not like us." Let's rewind that shit back real quick. Hold on.
their massive blowup, the two have kind of been slowly thawing. With, for example, before this, Musk deleting some of his more inflammatory posts, including tweets linking Trump to the Epstein files, calling for his impeachment, and claiming his tariffs will cause...
See, he deleted the tweets before, and then like the initial kind of suck up started with him like he started retweeting positive tweets about Donald Trump again. Like he wasn't saying anything, but he started retweeting like positive Donald Trump tweets.
Recession. And then over the weekend, you had Trump sort of maybe kind of walking back his threats to investigate Musk's immigration status or cancel federal contracts with his companies, saying that he hadn't really given the threats any more thought. And while speaking to reporters on Monday, we saw Trump say this of Musk.
Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually.
Right, and then Musk responded to a post of that clip on X.
So did they like cuck out to each other? Oh my God. Chat, I'm telling you, this is not just two dudes. This is not just like a bromance that you have with your homeboy. These guys are like in deep with each other. Let me show you something that I actually tweeted. And I tweeted it as a joke, but I'm really starting to believe it, chat. Where did I put this tweet? Hold on, I gotta find this tweet, chat, because like it's something I literally, it was an offhanded tweet by me, just as like a joke and a meme, but I'm starting to believe it. I think it might be the real deal. Where is this tweet chat? I'm sorry. I should have brought this up before, but I didn't know we were going to see this. This whole interaction where, like, Trump saying very nice things about Elon in a video clip and he responds with the little heart emoji. This is... Okay. Where is this? I have to find this tweet chat. I know I'm, like, delaying here, but oh my god. This is so much more insane than we initially thought. No. God, I tweet a lot. For someone who hates Twitter, I tweet a fucking lot, chat. I'm gonna be real with you. Dear Lord, still here we go. Sorry about that. It took me a while, but I found it. I found it. All right, let's just pull it up. We'll pull it up here. So, I tweeted, and this was on the 6th. I know we have our differences with MAGA, but we need to have some level of empathy for them right now. After all, it's Pride Month, and their dads are getting a divorce. I really feel like, okay, chat, tell me this little heart emoji here, doesn't indicate that there's something more to this relationship. Okay? There's something more to this relationship than just they're two buddies. They're two chummy guys together, right? Is it the tweet you fucking stole from me? It is indeed the tweet. Did I steal this one from you? I know I stole a tweet from you recently. I didn't remember that it was that one. But yes, apparently it is the one.
With a heart emoji. And then that same day, Trump...
In fairness, I warned you, Dopamine, that I was going to steal the tweet from you. I'm like, I'm stealing that. And then I did.
Sat down for an interview for the debut episode of the New York Post new podcast, Pod Force One. And in that episode, which actually aired this morning, you had Trump saying that he was open to reconciling with Musk, which, is a notable reversal from just 2 days before when Trump told NBC that he had no...
Oh, they're going to make up. You ever hear that song? Who's it by? Don't make up to break up. That's all we do. 'Cause you love me, then you hate me. That's okay for fools. You know what song I'm talking about? That's them. That's them right now.
Desire to repair his relationship with Musk. And
sorry, I'm a terrible singer. I shouldn't have done that.
That he assumed that the relationship was over.
And what happened with Elon? Is there anything that you can do to forgive him? Could you see that happening?
Well, I have no hard feelings. I was really surprised that happened. He went after a bill that's phenomenal. It's the best thing we've ever signed in this country. No, I think a bill is great, and
he just didn't
I think he feels very badly that he's...
You're like probably one of the only people that thinks the bill is great. I mean, there's even been Republicans who've spoken out against your big, beautiful bill. Your big, ugly, god-awful bill.
That actually. I was disappointed
in
him. But, it is what it is that happens. Things like that happen. I don't blame him for anything.
They kissed and made up, chat. They met at the local Tesla factory. They embraced, two men embracing. It was a very, Brokeback Mountain type moment. And they kissed and made up. It's all. Donald Trump's like, there, little Elon. It's okay. It's okay.
I was a little disappointed.
Could you reconcile?
Say it?
Could you reconcile with him? Do you think? Could you forgive him?
I guess I could, but, we have to straighten out the country.
Donald was like, little Elon, I will rebuild that great, great wall in your heart.
Yeah.
And my soul...
That was actually a really bad Trump impersonation. I normally do really, really good Trump impersonations. I don't know what the fuck that was. That was just weird.
Whole function now is getting this country back to a level higher than it's ever been.
But hey, for now, we'll see what happens if they'll ever get back together. The one thing I will say...
What even is all that big, beautiful bill stuff? Is basically it's the government spending bill that Trump is proposing. And it really pissed off Elon because, he came into the government, as part of the stupid Doge department, the Department of Government Efficiency and shit like that, right? And his whole job was supposedly to reduce government spending and kind of fill in the deficit and whatnot. And then this bill just proposes tons of unnecessary spending that would completely overdo everything he thought he did to save this country money. Well, let's be honest though, Doge didn't do a whole lot of anything. So many of those numbers aren't even verifiable. But having said that, yeah, it pissed Elon off. Not to mention the fact that there are things that affect his bottom line in that bill, like reducing the government incentives for purchasing EVs and stuff like that. So, yeah, it affects his bottom line as well. But yeah, he wasn't too happy about it, and he just shit all over Trump for it.
Is it will be eye-opening if they do. Because Trump has generally shown that he doesn't care what the hell you said about him in the past as long as you declare loyalty now. I mean, the guy's VP literally once called him America's Hitler, and now he's like his biggest attack.
That's the craziest thing to me, is that JD Vance was like a massive critic of Trump. So when Trump made him his VP, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this guy literally compared you to Hitler, and you're gonna make him your VP. And now he's just like, he went from being one of Trump's biggest biggest critics on the right to being his biggest ass kisser. Like, it's insane.
So I guess to some degree, the question becomes, where on the bar is...
Basically, what I'm saying is that JD Vance and, Elon Musk are both like Donald Trump's like massive ass kissers. Elon's got the right cheek on lockdown, and JD Vance has got the left cheek taken care of.
Getting called America's Hitler compared to the guy gave you several $100 million to become president, but he also kind of alleged that you're a pedo. Like, where does that show up, and where is his forgiveness level? And also, will all of or how much of MAGA will forgive him and or trust him? Because while you've seen MAGA influencers like Charlie Kirk really trying to navigate this situation,
then doesn't that make Vance, whoever Hitler's right-hand man is? Basically, yeah, pretty much. So basically, Doge gutted shit, and Trump made a bill that is for spending things that don't matter. I mean, there's a whole lot more complexity to it. I'm basically summarizing it to an insane degree. I would really recommend looking into it so you can get the finer details. But yeah, there's a whole lot of unnecessary spending in there. It's contrary to like a lot of things that Trump said he wanted to do to reduce the deficit. It's just nuts. And then like somebody mentioned, it's gutting, basically forms of healthcare and stuff. It's bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
We're also seeing others like Candace Owens replying to Musk's tweet, asking, what specifically do you regret? Do you regret telling the lie that Trump is in the Epstein files, or do you regret telling the truth that he is in the Epstein files? With that then causing some interesting back and forths. One of her fans responding, normally appreciate your takes, Candace, but this ain't it. They both want to move on. You don't. To which she replied, I do not wish to move on from an insinuation that someone was involved with Epstein. We need full clarification, not a half-assed non-apology. Yeah, for now, we'll have to wait to see what happens with the MAGA base and the orbiters around it.
See, that's the crazy thing about this, is it started getting like people who are like supporters of Trump to kind of start to question him, like, hey, like, this guy that's like basically attached to Trump at the hip is saying that Trump is, heavily associated with and even like closely engaged with a known pedophile, like a pedophile who owned a pedophile island. We need to know more about this. And I could totally understand it. It's just like, you can't just make a claim like that about someone and then just backpedal it. Like, no, we're good. Everything's fine now. There's nothing to see. Try to Jedi mind trick here. You should not be worried about those tweets I made a week ago.
Donald Trump himself, and if Elon Musk continues what feels like the beginning of a humiliation ritual to get back in Trump's good graces. In the meantime, I'd love to hear your thoughts and reactions in those comments down below. But then from that...
Okay, so that's it for that segment in terms of basically Elon bending the knee and kissing Trump's ass again. And I did want to wrap it up with this tweet, because this seems to be, as we've seen towards the end of that segment there, this seems to be the big question on everybody's mind in regards to those tweets. It's like, okay, you said some, crazy things on social media. You two had a brief little breakup and you've made up and everything's cool now. Okay, whatever. But there's one glaring little problem with that we just can't, sidestep. And it's this. So he put out his tweet that I, showed before. I regret my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. And obviously, little old me is never going to get a response to this tweet. But it's not just me who's thinking this. Literally everybody's thinking this right now. I said, so did you lie when you said this? Or are you okay with supporting a pedophile? Which one is it? And that's a screenshot of the tweet where he says, time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So yeah, you can't just make a tweet like that and just expect people to forget about it. You know, if you're talking about like, you know, this on a YouTube drama level, this was like when Bo Blacks made the crazy claim that like Nicholas Diorio is like the comment cop on Twitter, the guy that like everybody in commentary has been trying to figure out for ages who the fuck they really are. Is just kind of this like masked account that gets like all the latest deets and all the insider like information about like drama community infighting and shit. And like Boblax made this ridiculous claim that it's been Nick Diorio on an alt account all along. And like it's just total bullshit. And this is like the political world equivalent of that. It's just like, yep, you know, I'm just gonna throw out this crazy claim and then just hope everybody forgets about it later and just like, no, like you can't just walk away from this one and pretend like you didn't fucking say this. Like, you have to give an answer to this. Are you supporting a pedophile or did you lie about them being a pedophile? Which one is it? You can't just expect people to forget about this one. This one's not going away overnight, my guy. Like, what the fuck?